Hi, I'm Bob.Woolverton, your Northwest Realty Advisor. Today is our market update for the zip code 98021, the Bothell area. Recently, the average home prices in that area have been hovering right around $1 million, although that's primarily been driven by the cost of new construction. However, that's not necessarily the case. Something has changed. So stick around and find out what's changed when we come back in 8 seconds. Now, what we see in this weekly report here is that, again, the median and the average list price has been hovering right around $1 million. A lot of that is driven by the new construction on the market. However, one of the things that we do in this report is we break it down further by quartile. In essence, what we do is we take the houses that are on the market, we divide them into 4 equal buckets, and then figure out the average price on each one of those buckets. So the top quartile is that the average is 1.2 million. So the top or the upper second quartile is 1.1 million, lower is at 895,000, and then the bottom one is averaging at 650,000. So you can kind of get an idea of which bucket you fall into in essence and what the market is doing in your particular quartile. And that's one of the things that we examine in this report. So we see the overall median price for this area for the last couple of years has just been skyrocketing. And that's no secret. Everybody knows that. Now, where we see in the green line is the 7-day average. So it's a little more volatile, a little more noisy. So we throw in the 90-day average to kind of smooth out the noisiness in essence and show the trend, which is obviously an upward trend. And the green line is still outpacing the trend line. So that trend line is going to continue to go up as we see it here. Now, here's the interesting part when we talk about the quartiles. So we see where the price increases by the most expensive quartile and the least expensive quartile. And normally what I see in these reports is that least expensive quartile has actually been showing more appreciation, which from last spring, last summer to today, that red line has actually gone up at a steeper rate than the other 3. However, notice that top second quartile, the blue line. In the last couple of months, we've started to see a sharper or a steeper increase in that line also. So that's interesting, the fact that in that $900,000 range, that's been climbing up much more quickly in the last couple of months than the other 3. And normally I see the more affordable range, that lower quartile, I see just the opposite. So the activity there is interesting. Where we show here is the price per square foot, and where we're going up here, and again, the green line is outtrending the average line, so that's going to continue to go up, and here we're hovering just above $300 per square feet on average. And again, no secret here. We know that inventory is low, demand is high. We had a bit of a peak in the rush of summer where the inventory came up a bit, but through the winter, the holidays, we're seeing again a severe drop in the inventory. We're waiting for that spring rush for more inventory to come onto the market. Now, this market action index here, basically the 30 line, is the break-even point between a balanced market, between a buyer's advantage, seller's advantage. Right now, we are obviously in a seller advantage market, and because we've got low inventory and high demand. But when we break it down into quartile, so we see that the more expensive homes, what was the green line, the upper quartile, has less activity just because it's not affordable to the greater percentage of the population. Whereas the red and the yellows are still seeing a lot of great activity because it is affordable to the most largest portion of the population. Days on market, it's trending up a little bit here, primarily because of the new construction, and I'm going to show you that. But when we look at days on market per quartile, obviously the ones that are more affordable to the greater percentage of the market, those are the ones that are selling fast. So if you're in that bottom quartile or that lower third quartile of 3 and 4 bucket, basically those homes are selling very, very fast. Now, one of the things to notice in here, this is one of the surprises that I've noticed, is that where I say that this has been driven by the new construction, these are all the homes in the 98021 zip code that are active right now today. So what do we have here? We have 36 homes. Only 7 of these are resales. In essence, 80% of this list is all new construction. That also drives the days on market, because generally new construction stays on the market a bit longer. You see at least half of these are $1 million or more. So this is what you're seeing as far as the competition in your particular neighborhood. Now, if you received a postcard in the mail that looks something like this, you are in a particular segment of the 98021 zip code that I look at, and that's between Bothell Way Northeast and I-405, between 228 Southeast and south to the county line. when we look at that, I wanted to see what's been going on in that particular portion of Bothell. And so on the sold market there, this is the one thing that we have seen in resales. This is a list of all the homes that were resale, were not new construction. And you see we've got 5 at the top of the list, resale in that area of 98021 that sold for more than $1 million. So now it's not just new construction that's driving up that price, but the resale is driving up that price also. So let's take a quick look at these homes, and you might recognize some of these as being your particular neighbor. So here's one that went for well over $1 million. The next one, well over $1 million. Now these are also built by well-known builders, whether they're a Buchan home or a Critchlow home. Generally that's what these homes were. This particular one was a 1-acre lot, so its value was in the land, not so much in the house. Another one right at $1 million, and this one was listed at $999,999, but it sold for $1,030,000. So those are the 5 resales in that area that went for over $1 million. So where last year it seemed like the new construction was driving that average price, not so much anymore. Things are changing. We've got some resale in that area that's now going for $1 million and higher. So that's your market update for 98021, the Bothell area, for February 13th, 2018. I hope you got some value out of this, found some interesting facts about what's going on in the market around your house, specifically in your price range. If you liked what you saw, click that subscribe button. That way you'll get notified every time we post a new video, and we post new videos every week. Also, if you have any questions, give me a call. My phone number is down below. Send me an email. My email is down below. I'm Bob Woolverton, your Northwest Realty Advisor. We'll see you next week.